So today I'm itching. Oh, I never finished this. Okay, so first things first, let's get back to where I'm at. I want to start doing some videos on some odd things. I need to do more, but I feel like I need to compose like a whole video or whatever. I'm not very good at like editing or patience to learn that kind of stuff. But I'm just going to start going with the flow and just like doing my thing and taking you guys along for the ride. Whatever I feel like doing that day is basically what you're going to get. It's how I am. It's how I flow. The best way I work is not to have a plan. It's just kind of like, and I treat my days the same. I kind of flow through. I do some work. I do my life. I do my kids. I do, I try to do all the pieces. So anyway, I sometimes freeze up on here because I don't know what to do, and I feel like I need to like be formal or have a plan, but it's not really who I am. So anyway, my friend who adopted a bunny, I made her a journal once and she loved it. I never took a video of it because it was a personal thing. She's one of my best friends. So I ran into this in my basement. And it's like vintage little bunny wallpaper. I have so much vintage wallpaper and so many things in my basement. And as I clean it out, I'm like, I gotta get these packs together. And I am, but I'm trying to do it in a very like all-in-one shot way, which is this is the problem. When I do things like that, it never gets done. So long story short, I did a video already of the papers and we're gonna run into them and I'll show you. I ran into this, I love it. So what I'm thinking is this is all vintage wallpapers that I thought would go well in this journal. Some tulle. I want to do an Easter one. And look at this. Oh my God. How cute is that? I got it the other day for 25 cents. I found the best thrift store ever. And this is gross, I know, but I was painting the other day and the black just stuck. I was using some weird paint. I found the best thrift store the other day. I have to take you there. It's amazing. I like literally am blown away. This, I forget what this came from, but I think it was a kit in like Molly Makes magazine or something. I remember it was a kit for something. I don't know what, but I hate, I hate it when they fake quilt because I'm a quilter. I've quilted that was my first creative endeavor. So I'm kind of a purist. I collect vintage quilts. I have a nice feed sack collection. I sold a lot of it off on Etsy, but I still kept a lot. So when I see this, I'm like, I don't like the fakeness of it, but I'm determined because it's still too cute to not use. So I'm just going to use it and we're going to grunge it up a little bit. This, I cut off something. It was ugly, I felt. I didn't like this, so I cut it off. Now that I'm looking at it, though, I should have kept it as texture. Oh, well, it's gone. I've been getting rid of a lot of things. Thrift stores love me right now. But this trim, I thought could go well, maybe. We'll see. This under here has a plan. This is my drop cloth right now. I sometimes do this when I am working on things, and it just naturally gets distressed or whatever you want to call it. I have some blank things to still dye, which is going to be a video. This is something from the recycling center before they closed. I kind of grabbed up a few things. I wish I would have got more now because what I plan on doing with it is it's like bias. I mean, you could use it for bias. I'm not sure. Somebody out there probably knows better than me. I thought it would make very good well, we're going to run into it. I forget what I called it. I think people call them, I don't remember what people call them. I call them like, just, I don't know. What did I call it when I made it? Anyway, you like, so what I did the last time is I took like a weird paper that I had and I glued paper to it and then I stitched it. This, I figure, is already fabric and strong. So I'm either gonna sew fabric or paper onto it, or more likely both. And it's gonna be super strong. It's not gonna go anywhere. And I don't know what else to use this for. That's what when I bought it, that's what I intended for it to be. I have some leftover sari stuff. I got this from somewhere. Gonna grunge it up, so let's put it into the grunge up pile. I have these. This I want to make a journal out of, I've decided. So that goes off to the side. You're getting these straight from the basement. All these Easter, well, bunny themed books. I love this one. You could tell the vintage ones from the UPC. So this one's vintage, this one is not. This one is, oh, it's not. Sometimes it's deceiving, but the paper, this one actually is this is very close to being vintage. I bet it's like 1983. Because 1983, I think it's 1983, don't hold me to that. But I think that's when I started doing UPC symbols. When our world became computerized, sadly. So the images are really nice, but even in the newer books, they stay the same. It's just the paper that changes. Like this paper is shiny. It's not as good. This paper is, you know, paper. Anyway, those will get cut up. This is one of my very first art pieces. I started by doing paint pours. That's how I found my way to art, oddly enough. It was relaxing. There wasn't much expected of you except to show up and give it a go. And it was easy and satisfying, and nothing could really go wrong. If you didn't like it, you just swiped it off and started again. But I also learned how to let go through the process. Like you kind of, to do it, you kind of have to just put the paint on, let it do its thing, and like it or not, it is what it is. And there's something very beautiful about that process, about just letting go and letting what happens is going to happen. From there, I went to alcohol ink. Same situation. It does what it wants. You can't control it too much. You can learn to, which I have done now to a certain extent, but you kind of have to like work with what's there. And I started thinking about that in my personal life and like life in general. Just what if we just looked at things and thought, instead of fighting against what's happening or fighting against yourself, like self-acceptance and self-love, and like, this is just what it is and I'm going to accept it as it is. That process changed my life, and I feel led me to art and feeling free enough to express myself in this way and be vulnerable and put my stuff out there. Because I say it all the time to people, like, I'm not special. We all have this. It's just a matter of being open to it and accepting it and actually not feeling fear of letting it out into the world. Anyway, I'm digressing. So anyway, this is a special piece to me. It's one of my very first ones. And recently I cut up a bunch at the studio of my first paintings. A lot of them I threw away. Some I kept, and this will make it into the journal. These are from Daphne's Diary. I recently started cutting them up. This is Happy Mail from a very special person. Look how cute. I can't wait to use this in this. A vintage hanky from a very close friend from her mother, and I've been hoarding it, but I'm going to make a quilt with them, and I have a collection in my basement of embroidery and hankies to use for a quilt. For being kind of like, you know, there's no secret about my leanings. I'm kind of got a feminine flair. Like I like somebody just, like, I saw this woman once. I was like, she's like my art. She was wearing like combat boots and overalls and very kind of tough and kind of had a swagger. But then she wore like this pink lacy bra with no shirt. And I was just like, that's it. That's my aesthetic. I like a little soft with a little hard. And so, yeah, a lot of my stuff is grungy and kind of graffiti and kind of got a hard spot, but I like to add softness to it. So I like lace. I like soft. I like tulle. I like pink and black. Like, it's just my aesthetic. And that person that I saw is a friend now, but it was a funny day because I told a very close friend of mine who saw the whole process as like, that is like my aesthetic. She's like a piece of art. And she's a beautiful person and I love her to death. So anyway, long story short, I don't even know why I went there. This is me. You get it. So this, I've been coveting this for years. I wish I brought it up, but I didn't. It's these note cards, envelopes that match, and paper that match. And it's a box set of 8. And they're vintage from like way back. And I've never used them because I treasure them. But this is starting to get insane. So I am going to start using up my stuff. It's including my very coveted stuff. And let's face it, I might end up giving this journal away. So, learning to let go. How pretty is this one? That's what I'm talking about. I love flowers. I love feminine. So these I found recently. I think I did this on a video and I ended up just shoving them aside and never doing anything with them. Well, they're getting used. You need a little vintage. This paper is yellowed and it only has the numbers up here. It's not too terribly exciting, but I'm going to definitely use that for something. And then I love calligraphy paper. All of it's different too. Every time I find it, it's different. So I have like 3 tablets of this. I love it. It's just, you know, adds variety. This reminded me of Easter eggs. And again, this is supposed to be alcohol ink. I mean, it is, but it's photographed digital. I should sell that stuff. I swear. That's what that's the art I have in galleries and stuff is alcohol ink, resin and whatnot. And look it, I found bunny paper because I had bought this for when I did her journal. And it's really not my style, but if I grunge it up, but that's so cute. It becomes my style. Definitely grunging those up. It's just too pure for me. I don't know. It's not my personality. I like sweet, don't get me wrong, but I like it with a little grunge or a little real. Life isn't perfect, but it's beautiful. Random. Oh, this is from Happy Mail. And I found this cool, weird tissue. I don't know if you could see it, but that's going to go under me, and we're going to, or we might gel print this, actually. So this is going to be like 4 videos making its way to one. How highly friendly. This is the surgery kitty. Can you let us be? A few more hankies, which I don't think I can cut these up. I think these ones need to go into the quilt. And then while cleaning, I found this that I never used. And you know that's gonna go. I have an idea for this. And then there's this. These all need to be grunged, which is why they're here. So we have a pile to get grungy with. Now, let's go over, there's a video I did before this, and I'm probably going to include it here. Awkwardly, obviously. This tissue, or not tissue, hanky is kind of plain. But I think it's really pretty if I let the focus come out. So I think I'll grunge that up too. This I found from an order from my kids, and I thought it was cute, but it got a stain on it. I was going to hang it out on the wall, and then my cats knocked something over. So I'm going to go ahead and grunge it up so that it fits, and it'll be perfect for that journal. Now on the video, this was the results. So hopefully I'll edit this right. I love how it turned out. This is with Easter egg dye and ink. Look how cute. I love this. I love right there. Oh, that's pure magic, is it not? Oh. And here is the fabric. Love it also. I didn't do any... Leave us alone. Go. I didn't do anything after. Okay, kitty. And my kids are home too. It's that kind of day. They have no school today because it's a development day, but they still have school. It's kind of weird. COVID left a... Well, not that it's gone, but it left like a pattern. Kids can do school at home now. So, I don't know what's going on here. Is this stuck together? No. Must have been the edge. Yeah. So anyway, this is how it turned out. Perfectly grungy with a little bit of Easter eggy, which is exactly what I want. Like if you cut this out, so nice, right? And here's the papers. And this is pretty much how I do things. I just kind of roll with it. Some will be better than others. Some will end up like this, kind of plain. And we'll just, like, we'll do more to it. When they're boring, we just fix it. And then you pull out the magical ones. And here comes a child. I might have to exit. Hi. Are you done? Your eyes. Far from it. You just want a break? Okay. A little magic spot right there. So these are a little dark. So we'll add some color. But overall, you know, very happy. This is how I do things. And now we do day 2. I also found this the other day. I forget how much it was. 3. It's kind of high. But it goes to a good charity, so I don't mind. And I thought it'd be really cool. I loved it. I like the numbers on here. You could just do the numbers. I love the words, the whole thing. And this is cool. You stamp this on paper and then you make a pocket tag. So it's like a tag with a little pocket. So I figured we'd try it. Never saw that before. And here's a little bucket. I was going through my ephemera. Ephemera. Help. Found these random things. Some to grunge up. That can go in our pile. These that I never used when I was first starting journaling. And just a bunch of randomness. I figured I would use some stuff up. And I'm going to go give that boy, sweet boy of mine, some attention. And then I'll be back. Just random stuff. A lot of this is from when I first started and just never did anything with. So now it's time to use it up. So we're going to work on that today. And we're going to end up with a cute little grunge Easter journal. Thanks for being here.